Uh, Slow flipping is a specific buy and hold strategy. It's one of my best buy and hold strategies, man, and it's one where you base like an owner finance type strategy,
Mm.
where you go in, you take title, you own, you buy the property, you're just buying it on the purchase price. And usually, our model with the slow flip strategy, we don't do any work to these properties, and that's one of my favorite parts because that same investor or landlord type investor, they would go and buy this property, put carpet paint, about $15,000, $10,000 worth of repairs into it, right? So they buy it on the purchase price and put repairs into the property, and then put it up for rents, put a tenant in the property, right, Dalton?
Yeah.
And they're on the hook for any leaky toilet calls because they're a landlord.
Mm.
We'll take that same property, owner finance it out on 30 years. We don't do any work, so we're not putting the $10,000 or $15,000 repairs into it.
Yeah.
And we will owner finance it out to something we call a tenant buyer, and they will put the repairs into the property, and we're still getting the same monthly cash flow as what a landlord would get.
Okay.
So we're getting a higher return on investment, and it's less risk for us as an investor. So that's what a slow flip is, and why I love slow flips, and why I encourage any investor that's doing rental properties. This may not work in a California market or New York market, but a savvy investor would go into a virtual market once they start acquiring more and more properties. If this doesn't work in their backyard market. Now, luckily, this works in my market in Virginia. I'm here in Alabama right now. It's a perfect market for it. We usually like to stay below the 60 to 80K range on the high end. Average purchase price for us is like 30 to 40K, 30 to 35K. And we don't do any repairs. If we can get $800 a month, we get a 20% cash on cash return. So that's what a slow flip is, and why I love slow flips.
Where do you get the initial investment? Like, how do you get started with it?
With slow flips?
Yeah.
You get started by slow flips. I would start if somebody's getting started from scratch, and they just want to get their first buy and hold, not just doing any wholesaling or flipping. I would start with a slow flip that's in a desirable area.
Yeah.
All right. So I won't get started in what we call a D class, which is like the hood or the lower ends or the worst areas. I would start into like a C or B class, in those type of areas. That way, the quality of that tenant buyer they put in that house, they won't have a first time bad experience.
Yeah.
Now, granted, I'm on the experience side. I'm not scared to go into a D class. But I wouldn't advise a first timer who never bought a property ever to go in there for the first time, unless it was a steal or a home run, because I don't want them to get bad